Oh boy, it's that time again. Torn
It is.
Tuesday.
Yes, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from very surprising places across Southern California. The distance between us is not so great that we cannot bring you an extraordinary show. Everybody, welcome. Right over there, that's Justin Sewell. Me, I'm Clifford Broadway, and we're here hosting the OneRing.net Torn Tuesday. And I've got my ASMR voice going. I don't know if it's working or not, but guess where I'm at, Justin? Guess where I'm at here today?
Visiting your lovely dear grandma because there's a rose right next to you and an American
That's
flag.
that's a carnation, and that's a striped umbrella. No, this is a carnation, a red carnation, because I am at the Carnation Cafe, where I am on Main Street, USA in Disneyland. I am at the happiest place on earth, coming to you live to broadcast just for Torn Tuesday. I took myself here to Disneyland on my birthday, and I don't know how good the quality of the video is going to be because I'm uploading using the Disney guest Wi-Fi. So let's see what happens. But everybody, it's lovely to see you. And guess what
I
I just had for lunch?
I
I
don't
had
believe you. I
Walt's
don't believe you.
chili, famous chili.
Disneyland gives you things for your birthday. If
There
you're
it is.
walking around Disneyland on your
See,
birthday,
there's my Disneyland birthday button right here. Yes, right here. It's my Disneyland birthday button. And I got that at City Hall as soon as I walked into the park. And you know what they just did a few minutes ago, Justin? Every afternoon, right around 4:30 p.m., they do a military marching band parade, and then they retreat the U.S. flag from the flagpole in the center of Main Street, USA, and they do a beautiful ceremony with the singers, the Dapper Dans, and they perform, and they do this march, and they retreat the flag, and then they do an acknowledgement ceremony for all of the armed forces, the different branches of the armed forces, and they encourage veterans and active service men and women to come up to where they fold the flag up for the night, and they acknowledge all of them for every branch of the armed services. It is so lovely. It's a really lovely thing that they do here at Disneyland every day without fail, same time every day, rain or shine. So it's kind of cool. And, after we're all finished and doing this wonderful live broadcast for you guys, I can fold up my laptop and I can put it in the locker right over there. It's going to cost me $7, but hey, that's fine. And then I can go and ride the Matterhorn because the park is kind of empty today. It's not crowded. There's not long lines for anything. So it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be great. Great way to
that
spend your birthday. Yes.
all right.
Thank you
You know
guys. Look at the
what?
people in the live chat. They're so
You
lovely.
silenced me with that button. You silenced me with that button.
They,
So
they give
happy
you one at City
birthday.
Hall. Yeah, yeah. And guess what else? I'm a citizen. I got a citizen button. Citizen of Disneyland. And guess what else? It's a blue moon and it's delicious. You're not seeing me drink this on the air though, but it's a lovely brew.
Orange
And
juice. Yeah, that's
no, well, yeah, it's orange juice. I just had Walt's famous chili, and it was really delicious. And the service people here at the Carnation Cafe are really lovely, lovely people. Oh, guess what? They changed the Opera House animatronic show. It's not Abraham Lincoln anymore because they debuted for the 70th anniversary of the park the new Walt Disney animatronic, which is right down the block here at the Opera House.
Oh, I
You've
thought
got
you
to
were
see
gonna
it.
say
It's incredible.
they just replaced all the presidents with the only president that we will ever have now.
Funny. No, 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 God forbid. No, that's the Orlando Park. They have issues with the Hall of Presidents at the Orlando Park. But right here at the Opera House in Anaheim, California, it's only Lincoln. And it's only been great moments with Mr. Lincoln, like forever and ever. But now you should see it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen it, the new
You know
Walt
what?
Disney
I'm still not
animatronic
buying it.
is
If
so
you're
cool.
really in Disneyland, I want you to spin that laptop around. Let me see.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Picking this laptop up and turning it around. There's the Crystal Arcade right there. And there's the colorful bunting for the 70th anniversary. Hi, Paulina. You're the best. Hey, and there's Paulina. She's awesome. The cast members here are awesome. And right across from the restaurant is the Disney Clothiers, where they have all these overpriced t-shirts and sweatshirts and stuff. But yeah, I'm literally here, y'all. What do you think I'm
Well,
making this up? Why do
happy
you think I'm
birthday,
making this up?
Cliff, and that gets us to our first news
You're
item of the
so
day
funny.
because you're not the
Thank
only
you.
birthday boy, Cliff. You're not the only
No,
birthday
who
boy.
else? Uh-oh, who else has a birthday?
Well,
Tell
it
me,
might
is
be
it?
your birthday today on Tuesday, but
It
Wednesday,
is.
when a lot of people will be tuning in post live, if you're watching on YouTube afterwards, Wednesday, you know whose birthday it is, Cliff?
No, tell me. Who? Elijah Wood?
There it is. That's right.
What? Is
Elijah
it Elijah
Wood
Wood's birthday? No
turns
way.
45 years old.
No, that can't be true.
He's
That
still not
can't
old
be
enough.
true.
He's still not as old as Frodo was when he
He's
left the Shire. He's
he actually looks like he still looks like a child. Elijah Wood is one of those people who I would say has a magic portrait uh absorbing his age up in his attic, like deep cut for, Dorian Gray reference for all you Oscar Wilde fans. Oh, and did you see the spires of Space Mountain? You can see Space Mountain over the treetops right there.
That's
I
amazing.
can literally
Cliff,
see Space Mountain right there.
and not only is it Elijah Wood's birthday on Wednesday, happy birthday, Elijah, but you had
Wow.
some news about Elijah, didn't you?
What news did I have about Elijah?
Oh,
Wait, what?
you texted me some news.
Oh, let me see. I did text you some news. Wait a minute. I just got distracted because it was Elijah's birthday. That's kind of really cool. Um,
Elijah
well, let me
Wood is
see.
at Sundance this week, and he is leading the
Oh,
march against ICE at the Sundance Film Festival in Utah, the last Sundance festival to take place
it
at
is the
Park
last
City.
Sundance Festival. We have friends who are there, don't we? We have mutual friends who are
That's
there
right.
right now. Yes, we do.
And so
Oh
a
my
lot.
goodness.
So tell us what was you sent me the link. What was Elijah
No,
Wood
did
doing
I?
at
No, I didn't send you that link, brother. I might be mistaken. But, uh,
okay.
no, we were talking about PJ taking an interest in a certain aspect of South African history and a battle movie. That was the last thing we texted. And then we talked about the Oscars. I texted you about the Oscar nominees.
Oh,
Yes, thank you
oh,
kindly.
okay. Well, Elijah Wood is at Sundance, and the headline is
Good.
he is leading the march against ICE at Sundance, which is a huge deal for him to be making a stand.
Yeah, I agree. That's excellent that he's making a stand. I really agree with that. That's great stuff.
Yeah, the flyer I believe is down here. Sundance melts
Uh,
ice.
mm, there's something to be
Amazing.
said for
But of all the people, dude, it's
bringing your
here's the
voice
thing.
to.
Here's the thing, Cliff. Sundance is full of stars, A-listers, the biggest names, the biggest producers. Why, of all people at Sundance, does Deadline put Elijah Wood in the headline?
That I don't know. Why would, well, maybe because of the enduring popularity of these films that have just been re-released in theaters. That's why. And because people are talking all about that again now. They're talking about The Lord of the Rings and his work in them. It's at the forefront of everyone's minds. That's probably why.
And now that in the chat room is saying that Elijah's done protests before, but I also want to say so has Vigo. So has almost everybody on the cast of Lord of the Rings. Vigo has been very politically outspoken, even during the press tour for Return of the King. So, what is it about Lord of the Rings, Cliff, that attracted actors that have very strong convictions?
Hmm. Um, I think it's because Tolkien teaches us some common sense and how to treat people better. I really think that's the core of it. I think there are um, deeply understood moral lessons in The Lord of the Rings, and that kind of storytelling is very attractive to compassionate people. And it's one of the biggest themes about the story is compassion and the unifying of different people who come together against a common, a horrible cause. They there's different races of people who have different. You normally in these stories, Tolkien points out that These elves and these dwarves have biases against one another, and yet they come together and cooperate and become a fellowship. You understand? You know, it's, I think it attracts that mindset of people who understand compassion, overcoming despair,
And
which
also,
is what
I'm
the Lord of
also
the Rings is
thinking
all
about
about. It's all over that
the
story.
I'm also thinking about how Orlando Bloom was a spokesperson for UNICEF, and Orlando actually went to Ukraine, I believe, last year. Like he, almost the entire cast. And let's be real. I mean, let's go back further, Cliff. Ian McKellen, a champion of gay rights
Mhm.
before it was
Yes.
cool and before it was legal.
Yes, that's true. Ian McKellen as well. Like, hey, we know the words that I said at San Diego Comic Con last summer when I was talking about humanism that I've learned from reading Tolkien and that it has brought home that the moral understanding that, as human beings, we are the best equipped to take care of one another. That's what humanism is all about. It doesn't rely so much on an outside divine or the force of divine power. It relies on an idea that human beings are the ones who are best equipped at understanding one another and behaving with empathy and compassion so that we can work through our lives together and support one another. There's nobody else on this planet who is better equipped to come up with creative solutions than humans. So that's kind of like a very attractive magnet in that story,
So,
and especially in,
how important do you feel it is for the casting directors of Lord of the Rings movies and TV shows to get the right actor, not only because of their skills as as an actor and a thespian, but
yeah,
to personally have uh the moral guidance and fortitude.
compass, the moral compass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you think that Tolkien teaches us a moral compass?
But
Don't you
how important
think
is
that
that is the
he,
moral
I would,
compass to the
I would be
casting
so,
decisions?
oh, yes, that moral compass is important because you don't want a set where you're working for months, weeks and weeks and weeks and months with someone and there's strife and negative bad vibes between people because of that kind of stuff. You know, mm-mm. I do think it's important for that, for the sake of the production and for the sake of the sanity of the people making the project. But you know what? I do agree that people are attracted to this kind of storytelling because they have compassionate hearts, because there's something that moves them. And that's why these people want to be art directors and musicians and greens department and carpenters and casting. They all want to come and work on this project because of how important Tolkien is. And our world needs these lessons. I would go as far as to say that Professor Tolkien knew what he was doing. How about that for an idea? How about the fact that Professor Tolkien really knew what he was doing? Let's start there. And that he knew the power of storytelling and what it could do to move the heart of the human, to move the soul. That's why people are so moved when they read the novel, when they read the entire thing and they end of the story and they're crying and they're weeping. And you're a grown ass man. You just finished reading The Grey Havens and you close the book and you're sitting there crying like a little schoolgirl who fell and scraped her knee and can't stop crying and sobbing. And you don't know what happened to you. Well, you know what happened to you? Your soul was changed. Your person was uplifted and changed by the power of Professor Tolkien's storytelling. So that kind of thing is at the background of all casting decisions. One would hope. One would act, specifically say yes to that. But anyways,
Anyway,
it's
well, happy birthday, Cliff. Happy birthday, Elisha
yes,
Wood.
of
But it's
course.
not just Elisha Wood's birthday on Wednesday, Cliff.
Happy
It's
birthday, Elijah.
guess
He's
who
a great
else's
DJ, by the
birthday?
way. He's a
Eh,
great DJ. He's
Uh,
really great.
it is also Wednesday is
Who?
the
Who?
birthday of Emma Horvath, who plays Arian in
Oh, Emma. Yes, Emma
in
Horvath.
Rings of Power.
She plays Arian, or how you
Arian, not
pronounce it,
Aryan.
Arian,
Aryan is a Nazi
something
thing.
like that.
No, we're not playing with that. Earian. Um, Cliff, remind me what's the history of the Earian character and what is she doing in the what does she do in the show?
She is unspecified daughter of Erindil. Excuse me, Elendil. And we knew that he had sons. He had Isildur and Anarion, but he also had unnamed daughters. I don't think that the showrunners just made up the character's name for her to be Elendil's daughter, not Erindil. I said the wrong character name first. But he's he's the tall, Elendil the tall, the guy who's the captain of the Numenorian Guard in the show. But now he is exiled from Numenor because they've gone after
Why are you
and
talking
had
about a dude? We're talking about Emma Horvath's character.
well, that's her connection. She's the daughter. So they went into the appendices, and the showrunners are like, okay, let's make a daughter character for Elendil. And therefore, there she is.
The fans believe that she is going to be instrumental in the fall of Numenor politically, and then eventually
Um,
physically.
yes. Otaku correctly says in the chat that she's a non-canonical character. I mean, I don't think there's anything in the. I have to say I don't have my copy with me, but if I had the family trees in front of me, I would see if Elendil had any daughters listed on any of those genealogies. There's a lot of great genealogical tables in the appendices at the back of the book. You all know that, of course. You can learn all about Hobbit family lines and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Cliff,
And there should be
it's not just Emma Horvath's birthday. It's one more person's birthday on Wednesday.
okay.
That is our old pal Henry Mortensen. Yes, the son of the king
Oh, no
himself,
way.
Henry
Yes, Henry.
Mortensen. Happy birthday! I am so happy. I'm so happy for you. I'm thankful for your friendship, Henry, and the fact that you convinced your dad to step up and play Aragorn when it was a last minute call. Um, uh,
Yep.
Cliff, you've had many wonderful conversations with Henry over the years.
He's a wonderful lad, isn't he? He's great.
He's just great, and it's interesting that it's Henry's birthday this week on Wednesday because we have a lot to talk about today about Aragorn. Whereas Henry, 25 years ago, convinced his dad, Vigo, to get on a plane to New Zealand for 2 years and be Aragorn.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right. He did.
uh,
He did.
it turns out the rumors are true. Young Strider Aragorn is being recast, according to our friends at Night Edge Media. The Aragorn is being recast. They are not, of course, he is not Aragorn. He does not go by Aragorn yet until after the Council of
Right.
Elrond. So before the Council of Elrond, when the movie takes place, he is still known as Strider, a Ranger of the North. And they are
Yes.
currently casting for a
Yes, they
young
are.
Aragorn, someone that looks younger than Vigo did in the movies. We've been
Because
reporting
they
this.
decided not to do the 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 Harrison Ford de-aging, like they de-aged him in Dial of Destiny to make Indiana Jones look younger. They decided not to do that. So they're casting someone else.
That's right. And they are
That's
looking
right.
for someone that is 33 years old. They're looking for someone that's around 33 years old. But the
Yes.
auditions are wide open. Cliff, we have heard
The Gray
that.
Company. Exactly. Bree Crossroads says the Gray Company. They are the Dunedain Rangers, the Rangers of the North. So I assume they're doing a lot of casting for a lot of types that look like Rangers. That's going to be really cool, isn't it? But they also have to really find a specific Vigo replacement. And I do not envy them. That is a really hard job. That's a really hard job to do, really.
So a few casting notes. A few
Right.
things that we have heard. Okay. First off, according to Night Edge Media, he actually has a script here that actors have been using. Um, that's right, an actual script where Strider is speaking with a female woodland sprite. Now, Cliff, have we ever seen a woodland sprite
No,
before?
there are no woodland sprites in Tolkien. That doesn't exist. So they're making up some kind of funny stuff here. I
Okay,
really don't know what
and
they're
you're
doing.
saying the fellow Dunedain is also known as the Grey Company?
Yeah, there's a whole chapter. A chapter is called The Grey Company. Yes,
Um,
these Rangers of the North.
that's right.
That's
Interesting script, says Angel in the chat room. That's right. So
it's not. I wonder where they got this dialogue from.
this is
Because
from actual audition videos.
yeah,
And
I know, I
Cliff,
know. I've
we
seen
got
some of them.
we 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 got him. We got him.
Oh boy, oh
We
boy.
got
Here we
him.
go. Here we go.
So folks,
All right.
this is Torn. I believe might be a Torn exclusive.
Are
Um,
you gonna show who I
so
think you're gonna show?
so folks, that's right. Aragorn is being recast, and
Okay.
here is the script that has been handed out by the production. And let me
Okay.
just set the stage real quick. According to our sources that we've been reporting on for the last 6 months, Andy Serkis met with some well-known actors last year, October, November, and they had a few people shortlisted to play Strider, Aragorn. Scheduling did not work out, and they lost the actor that they wanted. That's what we've heard. So these scripts and these auditions are not just to expand the potential of finding an unknown actor to play Aragorn, but also to cast the Grey Company, the Dunedain that accompany Aragorn. Cliff,
Yes.
can
Very
you
exciting.
describe the Dunedain? Are they Numenorian as well? Are they tall? Are they 80 years old?
Yes, they are. Many of them are the only remaining, not all, but many of them are the last remaining bloodline from the kingdom. And the fallen northern kingdom split into three different parts. Of course, there was Gondor in the south, but the other brother between Anarion, I think Anarion and Isildur founded the northern kingdoms. No, I got it backwards. They founded Gondor, and their dad, Elendil, he went up to Enumenas in the north, and they had the kingdom Arthedain. And then, there ended up being a split with Arthedain being split into Cardolan and Rhudaur, and there was civil strife. But you're still dealing with the heirs of Elendil and the direct line, including Isildur's line, which was traced all the way back to Isildur, and that's Aragorn's lineage. But there were others of the Dunedain who were also of some Numenorian blood. Yes.
Could the woodland sprite be Goldberry based on this script, Cliff?
I like the way you think, Otaku Senpai. I see you guys in the chat. It's so wonderful to have you guys. Welcome to the live show again, everybody. I know I've welcomed you already, but welcome again. Yeah, Woodland Sprite. I mean, that could be some Terry Brooks, stuff, which is just different fantasy entirely. Or that just could be a Dungeons and Dragons type of character, So, and other people in the chat have also said maybe it's AI generated script, which is what it has to do with actual creatures in Middle Earth, right?
Right. Well, folks, let's get into it, folks.
All right, let's do it.
We have several audition videos to show you. I'm not going to play all of them because they're long, but we're going to just play a clip and chat again. Some of these are professional actors with agents. Some of them they have been sent to us and other influencers asking us to put in a good word. I just want to say from the top that we have to tell everybody, the OneRing.net, we're just fans. We don't get paid. We're not an official Lord of the Rings website. We don't have anything official to do with the movies, and it's out of line and out of league to ask us to send in audition tapes. That's not what we do. That's not how the industry works.
We don't have any access to any of the casting people at all. We have neither professional nor even as journalists, we have no outreach or possible connection with anybody in the casting department. Sad to say, it's true. So as long as we all understand one another, okay.
And listen, we love the fan enthusiasm. In fact, if I was a young actor, I would be doing anything in my power to get onto Lord of the Rings. And we've had stories of fans flying to New Zealand 25 years ago and being extras in the background. But when it comes to being a screen, a close-up actor with a role, an assigned role, a title, and dialogue, you have to go through the proper channels. You have to have a casting agent. Yeah, agent has to send it to the casting director. There are a bunch of union rules about all this. This is as organized as any union job possible. So we love.
Definitely worth mentioning. Thank you, Justin, for mentioning that as well. Yes, the unions. Good.
Yeah.
Good mention. Yes, sir.
So
you're 100% right.
So a few people have sent us their videos, and here is this is I'm just gonna say it here on this show. This is our best effort to spread the love, spread the word, and hopefully the fan reaction, leads to something. But good luck to every actor out there. Please use official channels as much as you can. Because we're nobodies just like everybody else. Okay. But that said, Night Edge Media.
Here we go.
Night Edge Media had the scoop that Strider is being recast, and this went huge all over the internet. Well, here is the first audition. Oop, I didn't want to show his name. Here's the first audition.
Stand back! I shall curse you into ruin.
And what curse might that be?
A powerful spell that will shiver your heart.
I have no heart. But he does. A big one.
Hey.
Go on then. Speak your magic. She's not a witch.
Liar!
She's a wood sprite.
How do you know?
Show me her arm. It's broken. If she were a witch, she would heal it herself. She's been tortured. Who did this to you?
So it does have a heart. A strong heart. The heart of a king.
Not wholly without magic, then. Who hurt you? I can help you.
There is no help, Dunedain. The darkness has come. You are already cursed. But you know that, don't you?
All right, Cliff, your thoughts, because the chat room is saying he smiles too much. He's too happy to be Aragorn.
That's funny. Do you know what else is funny? I never thought until just now. They said he looks like a Dean O'Gorman. And yes, he does look like a young Dean O'Gorman, who we all know from the Hobbit films because he played one of the dwarves. And
he looks like a Hemsworth, according to last win. That's a good one.
Yeah.
A young Hemsworth. Folks, again, I want to remind you, they are casting both for young Aragorn and his Dunedain Grey Company. So, chat room, let me hear you out. Do you think this gent would make a great Dunedain, ex-Numenorian, last of the Numenorians, Grey Company member alongside young Aragorn?
Well, he certainly has the eyes. He has the eyes, the eye color that Vigo has. So there's a match. But everyone in the chat is just like, yeah, not quite right. Everyone in the chat says not quite right.
All right, let's move on to the next video that we got, Cliff.
And what else do you got? What else are you showing?
This is
Oh my
from
goodness.
our pal Conrad who emailed us. So let's jump forward.
There is always hope.
Oh, I do not want to get copyright clipped. Do not put music in
Uh-oh.
your auditions, folks.
Uh-oh.
Nope, I don't want to get copyright
elf stone.
clipped.
Oh, we
Tell us
can't
all.
show it because it's using
Dunedain.
Howard Shore's music.
Yep.
Oh.
So I'm muting it so we can see his performance, Cliff.
Oh, we can see his performance, but without the music.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry. Don't put music on your auditions, folks.
He's got a great haircut. Look at that.
He's got great hair. I love
he-
his facial features, his high cheekbones. I mean, this is you could totally see a young Arwen falling for this guy.
He has a really, really specific look. He has a great look.
Okay. Okay.
He has a great look. Yeah, definitely. So we don't know, but if they're actually going to be, you know, looking at actors, of course, they have to be submitted properly through the proper channels to the casting directors, through the casting directors to the casting office. Yeah, but he certainly has put a great deal of effort. Look at that sword out there in the woods.
The chat room is saying step up from the first one for sure. Again, the first one was, as far as we know, an official submission. And the first one that we saw was an official submission from a casting director.
He looks crazy there, though, when he's looking up at the bright light. That's pretty cool. He edited all of that together. That's cool. I dig that.
Where's that hero shot that where's that hero shot? He's got a look, guys. I think we all agree, right? He's got a look.
Yeah, but we can't hear anything because we can't play the audio. But he knows how to handle a sword. Look at that. He actually knows how to handle a sword.
That's
pretty
right.
cool. Yeah, no, I don't. And I think I just saw him come into the chat a few minutes ago. Hi, Conrad. You're cool. You're a cool dude.
So with
I think he's in the chat. I
could
think.
see this guy as a Dunedain, right?
Yeah. I could. Hell yeah. He could be a Dunedain. He looks the part, and he can handle a sword. So that's cool. And if he has equestrian skills, that's a huge plus. That's a huge additional bonus. If you have any good equestrian skills, trust me, they want that in their actor.
And
yes.
Lord of the Rings and Rings of Power are famous for their excellence in dialect coaches.
Yes, they are.
So I am not worried. I'm not worried about the dialects right now in these auditions because once you get to set, they're gonna train you.
He's
Conrad
there in he's in the YouTube chat.
Oh, Conrad, yeah, I'm so sorry. Like we got really roasted on copyright music last week. So
so we can't play anything with any music, so we'll get snapped by YouTube for the copyright claim. They will automatically do that.
Bree Crossroads says, I'd
at least you know
as
that.
a young Faramir. Oh, that is interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah, oh my God. You could be the young David Wenham. Yeah, that'd be cool. You'd be a really good young David Wenham. I love that idea. To be young Faramir.
We've got another one here. Oh,
you got another one? Okay, show us this one.
Does not have any sound? Oh, man.
It is in the Shire.
Shire. That's already begun.
Sauron knows of Baggins. He does not yet know where the Shire lies, but his gaze has turned that way.
That creature.
He was taken, tortured, and released, either by chance or by a darker will.
And I would not wonder unseen.
Wow.
Will be watched by eyes that do not sleep, haunted by those who do not care what they break to find him.
Yes. Most would put an end to him and never ask what turning is undone.
You would not.
No. Pity stayed Bilbo's hand once. I will not see it cast aside so easily.
My lady.
Scared about this
There is
music,
some
folks.
music.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I want to hear your voices, guys, but man,
Don't
the
put
music's
music.
rough.
There's no, you know what? I helped one of my dear, dear actor friends over the weekend. I helped him tape his young Aragorn audition. I helped him do
All right,
it.
we'll get there in a
Guess
second,
what?
but Cliff, but
It's so funny.
So this guy has a good presence. Do you see him as a young
Yeah.
Aragorn?
He is totally a Game of Thrones actor. I could see this guy all over Game of Thrones. But I don't think he has the Strider look. I mean, he looks really good. I wouldn't,
I honestly, I don't see him as a Dunedain either.
it's that short haircut.
He's got a look. Yes, he's got a look. But yeah, this is someone like they meet on their quests, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
He has a wonderful expression. Obviously he knows how to light a set. I mean, this is well lit.
Hamwick.
Great work on the
Lloyd.
production.
His name is Lloyd Hamlet.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of friends in the credits.
And also I want to remind everybody that every single character in the Lord of the Rings movies wears a wig. Wears a wig.
Yeah.
Yes. Everyone
they
wears
do.
a wig. Okay. So I'm not worried about Weta Workshop's wig game turning these guys into whoever they need to look like. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
again, chat room, do we like this guy? Do we like this guy for young Strider? Do we like this guy as a Grey Company Dunedain?
Huh?
Little John Leguizamo.
It could be little
I love
John.
John Leguizamo. I was just watching the John Wick movies this weekend, and
Yeah, he's wonderful.
I love John Leguizamo.
Do you know who this guy reminds me of? I think he's kind of like a Robin Hood type. He's giving me Robin Hood archetype right here in this tape. I like him. It's good.
Yeah.
Or they're out of Game of
Aravani
Thrones,
says,
maybe.
Conrad, the second guy wins for best Aragorn hair so far. I agree. But this guy, he's got the performance. He's got a look. The other question, Cliff, I have here, is this too young for what you want out of Strider?
Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah, because keep in mind, Strider's still, by the time this is being filmed, Strider's in his early 70s. So Aragorn is in his early 70s at this point in time for where The Hunt for Gollum is filmed, if I'm not mistaken.
Chat room, what do you guys think? I mean, obviously we're going with young Aragorn. Like the Andy Serkis, the director of Hunt for Gollum, has decided on young Aragorn. He wants someone he's been looking at actors that are around 33 years old, which is how old Joe Keery is from Stranger Things. Okay.
Yeah.
This guy
Believe it or
seems to
not,
be
he is
quite
33.
good. All right, Cliff, we've got another Strider audition, and you were mentioning this just a few minutes ago.
Oh my goodness.
Tell us about this one.
Oh my God. Does he know you're broadcasting this?
Speak your magic.
What are you doing?
She's not a witch.
Liar.
She's a wood sprite.
How do you know?
Turn it up so we can hear him.
That's as loud as it gets.
If she were a witch, she would have healed it herself. Who did this to you?
So it does have a heart. A strong heart. The heart of a king.
Not wholly without magic, then. Who hurt you? I can help you.
There is no help, Dunedain. The darkness has come. You are already cursed. But you know that, don't you?
Hello, my name is Derek.
But you know that, don't you? The heart of a king.
Not holy without magic, then.
All right, Cliff. Thoughts on the fourth guy here? He's got the eyes. He's got the looks. He's tall. I mean, he looks tall in that shot. And he's got the start, according to the chat room. He's got the start on some of the language, the Elvish language.
Yeah, I helped him put together some of the Elvish language that he wanted to use. So we did some Quenya, and we found an online Elvish dictionary, and we found a way for him to say, "Love is my curse." So that's what he's saying. Yes. I helped him find some Elvish that was usable. Yeah, everyone in the chat is saying that he's giving the Benedict Cumberbatch vibes. That's funny. I never thought of that.
Good, intense gaze. He's got the voice. Again, we can work on the dialect because Lord of the Rings are famous for their excellence in dialect coaches. Okay?
Yes.
And remember, Viggo wore a wig. Yes, Aragorn wore a wig. Every shot in Lord of the Rings is a wig for every character. So, I'm not worried about that. Do you guys like this guy's voice? Do you like his presence? Let's see if we can find another dialogue thing.
Liar!
She's a wood sprite.
How do you know?
Show me your arm. It's broken. If she were a witch, she would have healed it herself.
Guys, what do you think?
Yeah.
They all wore wigs. That's great. All right.
Thank you, Julia.
So this is our fourth casting audition for young Aragorn. Is this, I guess the next question is, Cliff, is this the right age that you envision the Hunt for Gollum Strider character being? Not too young, but not as old as the strong facial features of Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah. Well, yes, he does. He has a nice smile, Iravandi. Yeah, he's a very gentle actor, and he knows that gentle quality that Viggo brought to the role. We talked about that a lot. We also talked about the fact that this version of Strider is still very much trying to keep his identity secret, and that's why he has always used pseudonyms and fake assumed names so that nobody would really know who he really was, because they were trying to protect him from being found and killed by the enemy. So he totally is using these fake names. So I talked about the psychology of what was written in the lines of dialogue for this, because the wood sprite, this character that you can hear her voice off screen, but she seems to instantly intuit that he is the descendant of Gondorian lineage. He's the descendant of Isildur, and it's not safe for him to have everybody out there knowing exactly who the heck he really is. It's definitely not safe. So the fact that there's danger now in the moment that this character says, you might have, the heart of a king. And so he's like, no, you better not. You better not be trying to suss out who I am, because his identity is still secret at this time. So I gave him some pointers for what the character would be thinking and doing through this kind of dialogue. And then we went up into Griffith Park, where all the hills were green and beautiful because of the recent rains we've had. And we shot this footage both outdoors on the top of the hills and indoors as well, in front of that blue screen.
But you didn't have the lightning lighting effects that the last guy had.
No, we
which
didn't have the
was
smoke and lighting effects, and
incredible.
we sure as heck didn't use a lot of Howard Shore's music. In fact, we used none at all because you don't use music in your casting tapes. You don't do that. But there you go.
So a couple of things here,
And
folks.
yeah, to answer your question in the chat, yes, Zap Verasepa, he is a method actor and he's a professional. And one of the best performances I saw him in was in Pasadena when the Pasadena Playhouse did their Shakespeare in the Park, and he played Richard III. Also, Sir Ian McKellen famously played Richard III in that movie as well. But when I saw Derek take over the stage as the Shakespearean lead actor, Richard III, it was the most outstanding performance. This guy, he's a real actor. He's got excellent skills. Trust me, he's a real professional. He really is.
All right. So, folks,
Yeah.
again, we led with the script that Night Edge Media had posted, and a lot of you had some comments about the words on the page. But
Right.
when you see them performed, it suddenly becomes more than just the words on the page. When you see those lines performed,
Right.
it actually feels right. It actually feels Tolkienian when you see an actor put their performance into the words on the page. And that's why you can't judge anything by the script, right? You
Right.
can judge a script, but you can't judge a whole project just by the script. So far, number 3. So Emily in the UK says so far number 3 is her favorite acting wise.
Okay.
Jono 8884 says he doesn't see this guy. He doesn't see this guy as Strider, but do you think he makes a good Grey Company Dunedain? That's the question. So some people love this guy.
He's in the chat now. Welcome, Derek. Welcome to the show, my dude.
So we've
Yes,
got
sir.
again.
Everyone's really enjoying this.
So we've got our first audition tape from this
It's really
gent.
good.
Great accent. Again, I'm not worried about the dialect and accents because that's what an dialect coach is for. So we've got number 1, we've got number 2,
Uh-huh.
we've got number 3,
Yes.
and we've got number 4.
Play that tape.
So
Thank you, Ellen.
Eravandi says he would be great in the Grey Company.
Yeah, he would be. Oh my God, Shan 4883 says Nikolai Coster-Waldau. Yeah, he's giving that vibe a little bit there. Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool.
Zap, the Zap is correct. Yeah, Derek, I was on your side. Again, let's start with number 1 again.
Yeah, he does look like a Hemsworth, doesn't he?
The heart of a king.
Not wholly without magic, then. Who hurt you? I can help you.
There is no help, Dunedain. The darkness has come.
And then we've got this guy who has amazing facial features, is good with the sword, can ride horseback. He's got the hair, although I'm not worried about the hair because Weta loves doing wigs. In fact, every shot of Aragorn in the movies was a wig. Let's go back to this guy's performance. Again, I wish I could play with the audio, but there's copyrighted music involved.
Yes.
You know, that let me replay that. An underrated thing about Lord of the Rings is Viggo Mortensen has a peculiar run. You see him run a lot in the
he
movies.
does have a peculiar run. That is
He
one way of
has-
saying it. Yes.
And you know, Cliff, you and I both know a ton of actors, right? And
Yeah.
a lot of actors will tell you when they
That's funny.
figure out the gait and the walking style and the running style of a character,
Yeah.
that's when it becomes real. And so do not underestimate the style of running. Viggo spent a lot of time figuring out how Aragorn would run across the plains of Rohan. So interesting that this guy locked in on the physicality of Vigo's performance
He did.
from the wide shot. And then of course we've got this guy who just has an incredible team doing lighting.
Yeah, like a fire, like a campfire lighting
Shire.
and all that music. Where'd that
So
music
where do
come
we
from?
go?
Sauron knows of Baggins. He does not yet know where the Shire lies, but his gaze has turned that way.
That creature.
He was taken, tortured, and released, either by chance or by a darker will.
And I would not wonder unseen.
Interesting. And then, of course, number 4.
Who hurt you? I can help.
There is no help, Dunedain. The darkness has come. You are already cursed. But you know that, don't you?
Line. All right, so guys, we've got a few options here. We like this guy. All of them have a different thing that they bring to the role, don't they? So
You know what? I might get another blue.
that's going to be super fun to see how this all shakes out with the casting of Aragorn. Again, let's go back to the script at Night's Edge Media here. Again, Night Edge Media, The Hunt for Gollum has a young Strider script. So if you are inspired by any of these, you can go to Nighted Edge Media, nightedgemedia.com, and find the script and do your own version. Cliff, go ahead.
No, check it out, really, because it's kind of fun. And do your own taping, and you know, it's really good stuff. And everyone's getting very creative. I love seeing this. However, the restaurant needs the table. So the staff at the restaurant are trying to nudge me out the door. So it is perhaps time that I wrapped it up and said, farewell. I have the rest of my birthday to go and celebrate. But this has been very exciting and very interesting, especially interesting looking at the way people in the chat have responded to these audition tapes. And it's been so good to have Derek and Conrad come into our live chat and join us today. Thank you, guys. Doing great stuff. Great stuff. Wow, this has been a really fun show. Now, Justin, you might want to wrap up a couple of other buttons in the news, but it's kind of funny. The hostess probably needs to get more guests seated at this table, so I should wrap it up.
All right. Well, happy birthday,
Yeah.
Clifford. Thank you for
my dude.
taking time out of your birthday at Disneyland to
it was
talk
lovely.
about all of this. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. It's been great. And thanks for helping host the show, Justin. Appreciate it. You guys have fun tonight. And, I'll let Justin do the closing of the show when he's ready. But as I always love to say, good night and good luck, everybody. But also, buenos noches y buena suerte. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Lots of love, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Cliff. Oh, man. What a treat. I wasn't expecting. I thought he'd be on his birthday and doing all the things. So what a treat for you guys. And that's how much Cliff cares about you guys. Let's be real. That's how much Cliff cares about this show and this audience and this fandom, that he's at Disneyland, but he made time for you. And again, thank you to the actors that showed up in our chat. I've got more audition videos, folks, but because I enjoyed bouncing back and forth with Cliff, I think we'll hold them to next week. You guys like that? Let me know in the chat, because you know what? Let me give you just to show you I got the goods. Okay, just to show you I got the goods. Young Aragorn, young Strider is not the only role they're casting. Okay. They are also casting young Smeagol. Young Smeagol, young Deagle, and you know what? I'm gonna save it for next year because we've got some auditions. That's right. We've got more audition tapes to talk to you next week when Cliff is back, and we can have a healthy, intelligent discussion about more audition tapes for it. Finally, before we let you guys go, I got 4 minutes left. I wanted to bring this up. Joe Russo is one of the most prolific film commentators on the internet right now. No, he's not part of the Russo brothers that made the Avengers. He's just a film guy, film critic, I don't know. He's just a guy, but he's got a pretty big audience on Twitter. And he posted this because a lot of us went to the theaters this weekend and watched Lord of the Rings on the big screen. Okay. And he said, I have now seen all 3 extended editions of Lord of the Rings theatrically. And Peter Jackson is right. The theatrical cuts are the better versions of the movie. And boy, did the fans come out on our Facebook page? Everyone is entitled to their wrong opinions. Blasphemy. Now for a hot take, the extended editions of the Hobbit trilogy are better than the theatrical cut. I will agree with that. And I think maybe we can revisit that when Cliff is back next week. Landy says, I used to think all the extended cuts were superior, as we all do. But after watching the live orchestra, it made me think on this topic. I still think Fellowship and Towers are better extended, but now I consider the theatrical Return of the King better than extended. I agree with this take. Me personally, I agree with this take. The Return of the King extended edition, too long, too much. In fact, I would say that about Fellowship as well. Let's see. So it's a good, Valentino. Theatrical was the intended version, which is in a theater, which is better. John Kiro, I agree. Extended cuts are cool, but most of the scenes were cut for a reason. The theatrical versions are perfect. And I want to remind everybody, the versions that won all the Oscars, the most Oscars of any film franchise ever, were the theatrical cuts. So incredible things happening on with Joe Russo's opinions on that, on that, and I'm glad to see that we can have a healthy debate and conversation, and people can express themselves on our Facebook comments without devolving into name calling, because we all respect each other's opinions, don't we? And I just love the chat room. Ellen says, I couldn't disagree more. Love the theatrical editions, but the extended editions are masterful. Well, that's all you need to say right there. So that is it for our show this week. Torn Tuesday is live every week at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. And for all those watching on YouTube the day after, happy birthday to Emma Horvath from Rings of Power, Elijah Wood, and of course, Henry Mortensen, the son that convinced Viggo to become Aragorn. Incredible week for birthdays. Make sure you tag QuickBeam2000 on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever. QuickBeam2000. Wish him happy birthday. Because he would love to hear from you guys, and he'd love to be tagged in as many posts as possible. But you know what? Again, I just want to repeat for the record that we are the OneRing.net. We are 2 fan volunteers amongst many fans that help bring this website and all the articles and posts and message boards and Discord and everything together. We don't have any connections that anybody else has. Okay. We don't know the casting director. We get our leaks from anonymous people in 4chan and Reddit and Discord and our Dropbox. We've got an email address on the front page of our website. People send us scoops and spy reports all the time. We cannot send any videos to any casting directors. We don't do that. You're not supposed to do that. Because there are many filmmaking studio rules and union rules, casting auditions need to come from casting agents and properly accredited managers and agents, and send that to the casting director of the movie. I don't know who that person is. I don't know what company is even handling casting. All we hear about are leaks about what Andy Serkis is doing, and that he had an actor in mind, but they lost that actor and this and that, whatever. So we appreciate the enthusiasm. I just love that the fans are doing this, but we can't really help. We can't forward it on to anybody. So if you really want to try your hand at getting on these movies, do what you're doing. Just tag Andy Serkis, I guess. Tag Andy Serkis. Tag anybody that you know is involved in the movies. If you can find the casting director or the company, do that. But we can't help. So stop sending them in. I can't. I feel bad. I feel bad that we can't. We have to tell people no. Like I can't send it anywhere. So anyway, good luck to all the actors out there. You know how hard this business is, and everybody deserves a shot and to prove your quality. And for the 4 that we saw today, you each have wonderful qualities that you would bring to a great company, Dunedain, and or young Aragorn himself. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, chat, for being so nice and polite with the actors popping up in our chat room. So wonderful to hear from everybody and how supportive this community is with everybody. So that's all we have for today. We'll see you next week. Good night and good luck, or better yet, buenos noches y buena suerte. See you later.